everyone, in today's video I'm going to be telling you about the most well-known alien abduction case in the world. I was always intrigued by Travis Walton's alien abduction story, so I decided to read his account of the events in his book called Fire in the Sky: The Walton Experience. So if you're interested in hearing about this insane alien abduction story and would want to know whether I think it actually happened or if it's just a hoax, then please keep on watching. But before I get into the story, I just want to say thank you to all of you who have subscribed, liked, or commented on any of my videos. I really appreciate it because I'm just a brand new channel, so I just want to say thank you. The UFO incident took place in 1975 near a town called Snowflake, Arizona. The town had a population of around 2,500 at the time. It had an astonishingly low crime rate, and it was one of those places where people felt comfortable enough to leave their doors unlocked at night. However, this would be the scene where a group of loggers in the mountains of northeastern Arizona spotted a bright light in the sky. One of those men, Travis Walton, after recklessly leaving the safety of his truck, was blasted back by a bolt of mysterious energy. It was November 5th, 1975, when Travis Walton, 22-year-old woodsman, had been working in the Apache Sitgreaves National Forest along with his 6 co-workers. It was an ordinary day for the 7 men, and as they were driving back to town, they caught a glimpse of a bright light coming through the trees. To get a better view, they drove toward the light and were astonished to find the light emanating from a flying saucer. They saw a golden disc hovering silently 90 feet above the ground. The men were overcome by various types of emotions and suddenly being seized by the urgency to see the craft up close. Travis got out of the car to see the ship. But as he got closer, a beam that felt like high voltage electrocution struck him in the head and the chest, and he fell unconscious. His companions fled in fear. And after reporting an encounter with a UFO, they were suspected of murder, and authorities mounted a massive manhunt in search of Travis Walton. But before I continue, please hit the like button if you got to at least this portion of the video, and if you liked it, I just want to see how many people are getting to at least this point. Okay, now back to the story. Because the men were now suspected of murder, they all volunteered to take a lie detector test to clear their name. Interestingly, the polygraph found that all men were in fact telling the truth about seeing a flying saucer and that they believed their friend Travis had been abducted by aliens. But then, 5 days later, Travis reappeared about 5 miles from where the alleged abduction took place. He woke up near the Heber Exxon gas station and he called his brother-in-law Grant and his brother to come pick him up. He was extremely disoriented and was initially unable to tell the whole story of his terrifying encounter. Upon his return home, Travis and his family decided to keep his return a secret for some time to avoid harassment from the media. For the following day, doctors working under the Aerial Phenomena Research Organization administered several tests on him. He had his blood drawn, he had his urine analyzed, a thorough physical examination, an ECG scan, and he had several x-rays taken. The police were skeptical that Travis didn't announce his return, so Travis insisted that he take a polygraph test as well, under the condition that the media would not find out about it until after it was completed. However, the word leaked and the media found out, and Travis did not keep his appointment for the polygraph. He took a polygraph test that was sponsored by a private firm, which actually found stressful physiological responses when he was asked about the alien abduction. But because the doctors felt he was still extremely agitated when asked about his experience, they ruled the test inconclusive and kept the result confidential. Travis explained that with the help of hypnosis or hypnoregression, he was able to recall his experiences inside the craft. As he opened his eyes, he could see the blurry faces of the doctors in white masks, but as his vision cleared, he realized he was not in a hospital and that he was gazing directly into the faces of terrible-looking creatures. According to Travis, the beings had luminous brown eyes the size of quarters. They were under 5 feet tall, and they had white-looking marshmallowy type of flesh and wore a one-piece coverall suit. Their large heads were disproportionate to their body, and they had small, thin lips that they never made a noise out of, and had tiny nostrils and tiny earlobes. As Travis was waking up from his coma and he realized he was dealing with aliens, he was kind of preparing for a defense against them, but they just all of a sudden ran away. So he was looking around the craft in hopes of finding an exit, but he came upon different rooms within the craft, and he actually found 4 other people. But these people, just like the aliens, they weren't speaking to him at all, and they weren't answering any of his questions. The female of the group gently pushed him onto a table, covering his face with a plastic-looking like oxygen mask, and that's when he fell unconscious. Okay, so I really wanted to believe this story. I mean, it would be pretty cool if something like this were real, but after reading his account, I'm pretty convinced it was just a hoax. I mean, a pretty clever hoax at that, because he benefited financially from it quite a bit, both with the book deal, and there was also a movie made that was based on this story. But here are the reasons why I think it's a hoax. Number 1, there was no physical evidence of anything ever taking place. They found no burn marks, no pad impressions, no alien footprints, no footprints leading from the spot where he was struck. Travis likewise didn't sustain any physical injuries from the light beam that struck him in the head and the chest, and there's nothing abnormal that appeared on the tests which he had to go through, which would have indicated something was wrong with him physiologically. Number 2, too many things seemed way too convenient. Initially, I thought the 6 men admitting to fleeing the scene seemed like a truthful and a genuine response, like nobody wants to admit they've ditched their injured friend, but having them leave is just a lot more convenient, and it's a lot more easier. And similarly, it's again convenient that nobody was around to witness Travis be placed conveniently right by a gas station and right by a payphone. Number 3, it seems extremely odd that Travis or his family didn't call the police or the 6 men who were now suspected of murder at this point to let them know that he was doing okay. While he explained that he didn't notify anybody initially because of the media, this just seems like an extremely odd thing to do, almost as if the 6 men knew that he was okay. It was just a matter of time until he showed up. Number 4, and this is kind of a major one in my opinion, is that he didn't go to a regular hospital to get tested once he came back, but he sought the help of the Aerial Phenomena Research Organization, which essentially aims to prove the existence of aerial phenomenon and aliens. Number 5, the beings he described very much resembled the aliens in the popular alien abduction movie called The UFO Incident that aired on NBC just 2 weeks prior to Travis's alleged abduction. Number 6, my personal favorite, is that the storyline follows probably the most popular storytelling technique that is featured in movies like Game of Thrones, Star Wars, or The Matrix. This technique has an external event compel the hero to leave his ordinary world and venture into unfamiliar territory where he overcomes obstacles and challenges along the way and returns to his ordinary world with a sense of victory. This is my take on the account after reading his book. Please let me know what you think. Do you think it could be true, or do you agree that it's just a hoax? I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and have a great day.